In a world of disruption and discontinuity, at least there's something you can count on. Control Risk's top 5 risks for businesses around the world. Here we go for 2020. At number 5, we look at leaders without strategies. At the helm of some of the world's most important countries is a crop of leaders who can't see further than the next crisis. For them, tactics trump strategy. 2020 is shaping up to be a year when the brakes on incident escalation are absent. We now live in a world where resilience at the state level is weak and long-term solutions take too much time to find. Whether it's a global trade war, a cyber attack, or a regional border battle, the pace of events is in the hands of twitchy, anxious protagonists. Business will need a strategy for an intensely tactical world. At number 4, economic anxiety meets political fragility. Even the most optimistic forecasts say that global economic growth in 2020 will be dismally slow, or, as our partners at Oxford Economics put it, a grinding recovery and growth. This before any account of an economic shock that could shake an uneasy global economy. If global GDP takes a turn for the worse, do not expect a fragmented world to craft a coordinated policy response. Will countries riven by polarization rally in the face of economic hardship? And what about the economies dependent on resource riches, or those which still haven't fully recovered from 2008? In the event of a downturn, or even in the best of cases, which countries will survive and which will go to the wall? At number 3, cyber warfare hits a new level. Cyber threats in 2020 will line up like never before to provoke a high-impact, cyber-enabled assault on critical infrastructure. Western deterrence has failed to stem the tide. Hostile actors are using ever harder methods. In theaters of strategic conflict, unpalatable military measures will give way to cyber attacks. And if provoked, the US will retaliate in ways that show the world how much it cares. And so will begin a new cycle of escalation. The West's cyber-capable rivals and their proxies will raise their game with unpredictable consequences. If leading companies are finally attaining credible cyber resilience, national infrastructures across the globe are not. They present the main vulnerability in the international cyber conflict. At number 2, the activist society passes judgment. Around the world, social pressures and synchronized activism on issues including environmental protection, political and human rights, inequality, and privacy are demanding more and more from business. In the street, in shareholder meetings, and inside your company, the activist society will bang ever harder on the boardroom table in 2020. For companies, paralysis looms as myriad movements make demands that are increasingly loud and challenging. This uncodified morass of social, moral, and political accountability will consume any company caught unawares. Conversely, companies that get this right will be embraced. Being ethical is not enough. Being compliant is not enough. Know what to stay ahead of in 2020. And finally, our top risk for the coming year. It's geopolitics and the US campaign trail. The US election campaign will hit geopolitics hard in 2020. The anticipated drama of the campaign trail, combined with the disruption of the impeachment process, will echo through every gesture the US makes on the international stage. With that in mind, a few things to keep your eyes on. Will President Trump use stunt diplomacy to distract from the impeachment process? Would a deal with China help or hurt President Trump's pitch to post-industrial workers? Will North Korea, Iran, and even Islamic State, not to mention Russia's cyber warriors, seek to exploit the election cycle? How allies and adversaries hedge against the most ideological election in 40 years will heavily influence the geopolitical risk landscape for business throughout 2020. For all of our analysis and insight into the year to come, visit us at controlrisks.com.